Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your Midday News Fix for Friday the 17th of November. The Prime Minister-elect has arrived at Auckland's Cordis Hotel where government-forming talks are continuing for another day. It's now been 2 weeks since the final election results and the three leaders are understood to be in the final stages of deliberations on a deal. Chris Luxon says they're going line by line through the three parties' manifestos and another three-way meeting will take place this afternoon.
We're going to carry on our conversations today. We made great progress yesterday. We hope to do the same again today. We'll work our way through the different conversation points that we have. When we're ready, we'll come to Wellington. But I imagine we're going to be in Auckland over the weekend.
Political commentator Grant Duncan says Luxon, Seymour and Peters need to all be on the same page on their plan for the next 3 years before they can finalise any agreement.
With the three parties with different priorities, there are going to be some disagreements, for instance, about the fiscal and tax plan in particular, and that has to be nutted out really, really carefully.
The hunt goes on for the driver of a stolen car who hit and killed a woman in Nainai yesterday morning. Police have located the car but are still hunting the driver who they think may be panicked. Later in the day, police shot and killed a man who had been involved in a hostage-type scenario where he'd been holding a weapon to his partner's neck. Hutt City Mayor Campbell Barry says it's reassuring that police will have increased visibility in the area in the coming days.
Anything like this does come as a real shock to people, but I think people also know that they are very separate incidences and they just happen to happen on the same day.
And it's been a deadly few hours on the country's roads. Newstalk ZB's Thomas Rice says 2 people have died and 5 others have moderate to critical injuries after overnight crashes in 4 locations.
Chateau Creek in Otago, Turitea in Manawatu, Turangi in the Central North Island and Kaiwaka in Northland.
Meanwhile, a person has now died after yesterday's major 3-vehicle crash on Auckland's southern motorway. Ongoing fallout over MFAT's stance on the use of te reo Māori. In a leaked email to staff, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade Chief Executive Chris Seed says he's decided to remove te reo headings from submission templates during the caretaker government period. The ministry insists its use of the Māori language across communication channels hasn't changed. But Te Pāti Māori co-leader Rawiri Waititi says Seed is disrespecting the Māori culture that his ministry uses to sell New Zealand overseas.
If you can't give the respect to Te iwi Māori, to tangata whenua in this particular space, then you should step down.
It's a rainy Canterbury anniversary day in Christchurch with bad weather forecast for much of the country. Rain will become persistent this afternoon in the Garden City before easing this evening. Auckland can also expect some showers this afternoon, while in Wellington the current rain will clear later today. Met Service meteorologist Lewis Ferris says it's not ideal for Cantabrians' day off. He says they're basically completely covered in cloud with cold air moving up the South Island that'll drop the temperature this afternoon. To sport, Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk will fight for the undisputed heavyweight boxing world championship in Riyadh on February 17. Palestine have played out a goalless draw with Lebanon in a World Cup football qualifier behind closed doors in the United Arab Emirates due to the Israel-Gaza conflict. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.